How does somebody who was relevant become irrelevant?
That's great and all, but I'm trying to find out how Covalent is relevant to making us some money. Personally, thank you for joining me in my experience to financial freedom and come along for the ride. Please remember that I'm not a financial advisor and to do your own due diligence research. Before I get started, please follow me on Telegram, t.me/SideHustle to win one, and also like my page on Facebook, facebook.com/SideHustle to win one. On there, I give some exclusive updates that I don't get a chance to make a video on, such as DGen plays, getting into R34P, and get into that little token called the Graph that pumped like crazy. I told you getting around 10 cents. I think at its peak was around 70 cents, right? Around 7x, somewhere around there. So in today's episode, I'm going to be highlighting what I feel like it's going to be a monster come January Covalent and why it's prevalent to our portfolio. We're also going to give some updates on our passive income platforms and getting you ready for the next big thing come January. So this is the kind of content that you want more of. Please like, subscribe, click on the notification bell and select the all options so that you'll be notified every time I upload new content. Now before I get started on Covalent, I want to wish you and your loved ones a happy holidays, whichever one you may be celebrating. I hope you're enjoying that special time with your family, with your friends, with those you love. So enjoy that. Let's go ahead and get into what I think Covalent has the potential to be a game changer come January when it's launched. Start with, what is Covalent? Covalent is the data powering the DeFi economy. You know your boy SideHustle loves DeFi. Covalent provides a unified API, keyword, remember that, to bring full transparency and visibility to assets all across blockchain networks. You can get a free API key right now, so if you're one of the developers that like APIs, you can get one now because it's working, okay? So that's another key point. Let's go ahead and go on down. What do? They provide the absolute richest blockchain data on the internet. Their vision is to empower the pioneers of tomorrow by providing the richest and most robust data infrastructure for the entire blockchain ecosystem. Here are some of their stats. You know, they got a ton of transactions. They got a fast refresh rate. They have price feeds. They have crypto fares. I know what you're thinking. I'm going to get into why. All right, let's go ahead and talk about some of their ecosystem partners. I want to highlight a couple things. Number one that stands out to you, CoinGecko. How many times have you been in social media channels, Telegram, Discord, and you're asking when CoinGecko listing, or somebody asked when CoinGecko listing? CoinGecko is a partner. So you can guarantee this right here, they're going to get a CoinGecko listing with the quickness. Number two, they have Consensus. Now, Consensus is a huge crypto conference that happens every year. All the big players show up at Consensus to show off their, talents and software and tech. Unfortunately, due to this year's pandemic situation, we didn't have that, but I'm looking forward to the next Consensus. So now Consensus is a partner that's big. The last one I want to highlight is Polkastarter. So you got DeFi, you got Polkadot on Polkastarter. That is simply huge. Those three combos right there is what makes Covalent have a huge partner backing, which I like. Now, what you can do with Covalent, they can use their Binance API, their Positions API, their Activity API, their Notification API to create wallets, DeFi taxes, and network analysis. These are just a couple use cases that you can leverage their API data to develop this technology with, right? So it's a one-stop shop for blockchain data. Developers get simple APIs that allow for quick integration in new or existing projects. So what Covalent does, it takes all the information out there, put it in an API form so that the developers can access the VPI and allow them to integrate it into their projects or existing projects that they're running. So let's go ahead and talk about that partnership with Polkadot. They're going to have Polkastarter, bam. Now on November 13th, they announced a technical partnership with Polkastarter, a DEX built across cross-chain token pools and auctions, enabling projects to raise capital on a decentralized, permissionless, and interoperable environment based on Polkadot. So that's the hotness. I like the fact that they're working with Polkastarter. That's huge. A last couple of projects that listed on Polkastarter had great success, and hopefully Covalent can be the next one in that level. Number two, Covalent has already developed working products such as SafeKey. Now, if you look down at the bottom, SafeKey by Covalent. So they're a company that's not just developing tech. Like I mentioned, on their website, you can get a free API key if you're a developer. So they have working products already as is. So it's not like, oh, we're going to fund you. Hopefully you'll be able to build us something. They already have at least an MVP candidate to showcase what they can do already. Now, the last thing, right? What I think, before I get into that, let's talk about their CEO. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation. I'm sorry, Ganesh Swami, the CEO of Covalent. I just want to share this, that they have already secured $3.1 million in new funding in the future of blockchain and data analysis. And the other thing I want to highlight is this: it's oversubscribed funding rounds, which means there's a lot of hype on this project right now, and it's oversubscribed, which means the demand is there. They couldn't get into funding round. What are they going to do? They're probably going to get into it when it launches. And the reason why I announced that, I want to highlight that, is because of this. Covalent reminds you, or it should remind you, a lot of another project that I talked about. Your boy SideHustle talked about it. And what is that project? The Graph. The Graph does APIs for a vibrant, decentralized future. So they also do APIs. Now, Chainlink is the top dog in the Oracle game, right? They're the top Oracle provider. And the Graph just came out. They could be the top dog right now. We'll just say, they just came out. Let's say they're the top dog right now. But just like where there's a Coke, there's Pepsi, the Graph could be the Coke for APIs. Covalent could be the Pepsi for APIs. And it could flip back and forth. You don't know, right? The Graph just came out recently. Covalent's about to come out. The race is still there. So I want to bet on both horses, right? I want to get the Coke, the Pepsi. It doesn't matter who's who. I made a ton of profits on the Graph. A lot of people are going to try to get into Covalent, hoping to get that Graph kind of performance. So let's go ahead and take a look at Graph. Now it's down a bit, but when I told you to get back in, it was around here. Look where it went. It went all the way to the peak. It was 75 cents. I told you to get around it. Around 10 cents, 11 cents, around there, back when they just launched down here. If Covalent can do these kind of numbers, or even just half, hell, if it just goes to like 3-4 cents or 30-40 cents, boom, you good, right? You good. And these are not the funding round, folks. These are the people that bought it in the public round, right? So once they finally went public, they were allowed they did the Uniswap listing, and then they had the listing on Binance, listing on Coinbase Pro, and all that stuff. These are the people all these people that couldn't get in on this oversubscribed funding round, they're going to try to buy it on when it goes public sale, and there's a chance with that demand to go up and put up some huge numbers. So that's why I like Covalent. Keep an eye out for it. They're going to be launching a public sale probably in January is what I remember. And this thing could be huge. All right, so let's move on to some passive income platform updates. First one I want to talk about is Wiseling. Now, your boy SideHustle has been in this for a minute now. I just want to highlight the fact that at the end of your deposit term, you get return of capital. I was able to withdraw my capital out plus all the profits. My initial capital is I put in around 3,000 USD at the moment, and then I withdrew that. These are all my withdrawals. So as far as withdrawal goes, everything's been absolutely smooth. I want to highlight the fact that the company's on Christmas holidays. So they're on the Christmas holidays from December 20th to January 3rd. So due to the fact that many stock exchanges and, just many places are not they're not open or they're operating at limited capacity. So the opportunities are not there, and they will go back to full functionality come next year on January 4th. So then at that time, since I already made all these profits and I took out my initial, all I'm going to do is redeposit my profits from this platform. And it's my favorite part of any platform where you're just free rolling on profits, right? I'm just going to put back in the profits, let that compound, let that go, and use this as a way to fund all my other purchases in crypto. See, my passive side feeds me income so that I can get into the active side, throw a little hundy over here at this project, 200 over here, just those kind of things is always helpful. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is ATTRIBUTION. Now, ATTRIBUTION, if you got into it with your boy SideHustle, one ape was at that time was, I want to say, around 1 TRX, and now it's about 0.14 TRX, and the mining has been going on for a couple levels now, so that essentially the TRX is coming down because there's more and more ape out there, right? But if you've been withdrawing your dividends and selling for TRX, you should have gotten your ROI already on these contracts, because in order to get into it, you stake your TRX to mine ape, and you take a 10% deposit fee when you mine the ape. So then once your boy SideHustle, I've been just steadily selling off my ape dividends for Tron, and I've gotten way more than that 10% has cost me. So right now I'm just mining this ape for free. And at the end of when I mentioned that I'm going to talk about opportunity, so get ready. I'm going to be unstaking my TRX from this. And since I already made back more than 10% of the TRX on just dividends alone, I already on this contract already. I'm going to take all that TRX out, and I'm going to save it for the new opportunity that I'm going to talk about when it launches come January, I believe January 1st or January 2nd next year. It's going to be huge. I think it's got huge potential because of the people involved, the transparency of the people involved, and the unique opportunity it grants. It will be on Tron, so that's something that I think could have the possibility of lasting a long time, and that's what we really want when we come to these passive income platforms, for them to launch as basically get into it as early as possible and to last as long as possible. So remember, come next year, have some Tron ready right now. In fact, if we had that dip low yesterday, you could have got some, across all crypto, you could have got most of it pretty cheap. Your boy SideHustle, I picked up some Tron just to get ready for this new thing that I will be launching a video on. I'll probably send out, on Twitter, Telegram, Facebook first, just to get the link out there so that you guys can check it out. So let me know in the comment section below, are you checking out Covalent? Is Covalent going to be relevant in your portfolio? Are you going to get into Wiseling finally when it comes back on January 4th? Or you're going to get into this new thing with me, your boy SideHustle, with that Tron that you just earned from ApeTron this whole entire time, and roll it into the next project for some more profits. And remember, happy holidays to you and your loved ones. You've been enjoying the content in this video? Here are a few other videos that I think you'd be into. If you have not done so by now, please like, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. And as always, leave things better than when you found them and get your hustle on.